Good evening. My grandmother has always told me to avoid jumping into My grandma has always told me to avoid jumping into conclusions and judging when dealing with difficult people, but rather look for the root of the issue and see the real issue, the real reason why people are behaving a certain way. Think of a child. When a child is crying, that does not necessarily mean that he is trying to annoy you. Perhaps his tummy is hurting, or maybe he had a bad dream, and he needs a hug of his parent to feel safe and protected. Now, same with an adult. When a man is shouting, that does not necessarily mean that he is a bad person. Perhaps he is suffering from a strong physical pain, or maybe he is going through a severe emotional breakdown. I thus would like to draw your attention to the root of the issue under discussion. My research has revealed that most young Russian women who end up in unsafe situations in a foreign country usually come from a very financially struggling family, usually with a single parent, that is often a single mother. The primary reason for their risky trips is usually trying to make a living for their families at home. Now my question is this: where are you, fathers? What are you doing when your daughters are being emotionally and physically abused by unknown men in another country? My next question is for the mothers. Where are your husbands? Now, don't tell me what a bad man he was, but please, do tell me, what did you do to make him leave his own home and his children? A family does not break down because of one person. Divorce or happy marriage, both are the product of two people who are equally responsible for it. Now let's look at some numbers. According to the official statistics, the Soviet Russia had a divorce rate of 40% in 1980s. In 2002, it peaked at 84%, which means 4 out of 5 marriages were dissolving every year. In the last 10 years, the rate of marriage breakdown in Russia was between 50 and 60%, which means half of marriages in Russia do not work. While the above-mentioned statistics may shock you, especially if you are a non-Russian citizen, it is quite understandable if you look at Russia's history with war after war. For years, Russian women would wait for their husbands who went to war, not knowing whether they would come back. Little girls, together with their older sisters and mothers, would do all the heavy physical work at the house and on the factories while taking care of the younger ones, the wounded and the elderly, for years. Now, what do you think such lifestyle does to a woman? Thousands of Russian women lost their husbands, sons, fathers, and brothers to war. So they became strong, muscular, brave, and independent, just like men, because they had to survive. And today, at a time of peace, we still see them strong and independent, because they still have that one fear: will he leave me? He probably will. So I best protect myself and my children before it's too late. Now, having said all that, I call on both of you here and everyone who can hear me, both men and women, to forget the past and remember about the future. Because your future is your children. Your children need you. No matter how old they are, 5 or 25, they will always need you. And they have an absolute right to have you, because God has gifted you to each other. Don't take it away from them.